I'm Miss Thompson, and I'm going to show you the way that I choose to teach my students how to start to learn cursive. I use 4 ways when we start to learn cursive. I use a whole body way, I use a whiteboard, I use a highlighter, and then I use a pencil. Because cursive is kind of retraining your brain, I like to start with the body. When you learn to print your letters, you would start at the top of the letter and come down and write that way. Well, when you start to write in cursive, you're going to start at the bottom of the letter and move your way up. So I'd like you to follow along with me while we practice the first letter. The first letter in your packet is the letter E. And I'm going to have myself and you guys bend your knees down because we want to retrain our brain that we're starting down at the bottom of the letter. And we're going to use our arm as our pencil. For the letter E, and you can look in your book and see it, we're going to come up and around and out with a tail. And I like to do that 3 times because I really want to get it in my brain that I'm doing letters a different way. So I'm going to bend down, I'm going to come up and around, down with a tail. One more time, bend down, up and around and down with a tail. Now I'm going to try it on the whiteboard. And I'm going to practice a lot because this is something new and I need to get better at it by practicing. I like to have my lines to help me, so you can add your lines to your whiteboard as well. But same thing as the other, when I was doing it with my whole body, I'm going to do it with my whiteboard. I'm going to come up and around and down with a tail. I don't go past the dotted line because I'm making an E. If I went past the dotted line, that would be a different letter. Up and around and down with a tail. Up and around and down with a tail. And I like to tell my students to practice that about 10 to 20 times so that they get really good at it. Okay, now that we have done it with our body and we have done it on the whiteboard, it's time to come to our book. Part of cursive is having a tilt to your paper. That means that you turn the corners a little bit. If you are right-handed, you take the right corner and you turn it to a tilt. If you are left-handed, you take the left corner and turn it to a tilt. That helps your letters have that tilted look. I am right-handed, so I will turn the right corner up. Now I'm ready for highlighter. When I go to highlight, I'm going to go nice and slow and take my time because I want to make sure my letter is formed correctly. Up and down and around with a tail. Up and down and around with a tail. All the way through till I finish all the letter E's. Now I'm ready to use my pencil. I'll practice here. I'm not going to do a nice tight grip on my pencil because gravity is going to keep the pencil in my hand. And I'm just going to keep practicing these E's, and some will look better than others, but I'm just practicing to get better at something new. And that's the letter E in cursive.